Hey guys, I hope you're having a great start to the week. I've just been doing some deep thinking, and I actually was having a conversation, a bit of a debate with Brendan, and I wanted to come on here. So, this has to do a lot with attachment and what's happening with coronavirus, why it's making things uncomfortable for people, and what it's truly about, in my opinion, my humble, passionate opinion. So, this conversation started in regards to oil and how oil is really losing value. So, Brendan was saying this is a very scary thing. His perspective on it is a lot of things can't exist without it. Now, I challenged this because I truly believe there is a better method for doing things, and we're not there yet, but there also hasn't been a need to shift. And right now, we are experiencing a massive shift, and it feels extremely uncomfortable and uneaseful because it is unfamiliar, but it is the collapse of all the systems that we knew. And I think we really are at a point in time where there was so much destruction happening at such a quick speed and rate. And I'm not an environmentalist, and I'm not a scientist, and I don't claim to be. But I am very intuitive, and I'm very much feeling called to share this message. And it's not meant to create fear, it's just meant to create a shift of perspective and to create some awareness, but also to help people step into something, stepping into your power. So I've seen some pretty incredible TED Talks, and I know there's so much out there that I'd just love to absorb it all. Sometimes I honestly wish I could just absorb all the information without the amount of time it takes to actually watch, listen, hear, and absorb it all. I personally want to learn it all, but I don't always invest all the time necessary. So I am so inspired when I see these scientists that are not doing things by the book. They're just amazing in what they're trying to do for the environment. They'll look to nature as inspiration in order to create something that powers things, but then also supports the environment. And it's just the intention behind it. It's so beautiful and so powerful, and I love that. So I'm sure there's so many examples of this, but I'm bringing this up because look at hybrid cars. There is a huge shift happening even before this where they've created electrical cars. Now, not everyone can afford them, and it's not the most available thing for people, but that's because things have been set up that way. But if there was a shift and there was actually no longer someone at the top in control of what's deemed available, accessible, right, wrong, it would be groundbreaking. And honestly, that's what's happening. There's a lot of control being lost right now, as much as it's a scramble to be obtained and to get everything back under control. There's a bit of a loss of control and power, and disconnection, separation, and fear and panic, even at the top. And I think we're feeling this because people are shutting down and planning and strategizing and releasing partial information. But there's something so much deeper to this. And there's opportunity in this. So anyone out there that has a scientific mind, this is an opportunity. What could we create that doesn't damage the world, the earth, but still produces those products that are essential in living our day-to-day lives? It's really interesting, and honestly, I would love to live in a world like that where you don't feel guilt, but you can still function in the ways we've become comfortable with, because it does create a level of advance. We couldn't stay in touch and share our resources with each other in these times and educate ourselves if we didn't have the internet or cell phones or computers. How do we keep these things in play? Because Brendan was saying oil is like a huge culprit in the creation of cell phones even. Well, how do we keep our phones but eliminate the footprint? So systems need to shift, and this is the call for that. But what is being done about it? I really hope there's people feeling this and treating it as an opportunity. I'm seeing so many light workers and healers, and that doesn't just mean like Reiki workers, although that's our typical way of thinking of healers, but there are so many amazing people that I'm seeing sharing their light, their wisdom, and their gifts with the world in a virtual space. So continue doing that. Continue sharing your love and your light and your joy and your strengths and your positivity, your resources, and also go deeper. Reach out to people and encourage them. If you know someone who is brilliant with science and invention, encourage them in this time to find another method to be heard, because this is an opportunity for the little guy to step into their power and to be seen and heard and recognized, but for something of greater value than we've ever known. The problem is there hasn't been opportunity or need for it. Those at the top just get bigger and stronger and louder and more controlling, but it's actually not working as much as we've been told it is. It doesn't really work for the majority. So what's something that is easeful and beautiful for all? Like, let's let go of our attachment of what was, because maybe that actually wasn't really working for us, but it was so familiar to us that it felt comfortable. But we need to start thinking about where we want to grow to. Step outside the box in your way of thinking, in your way of living, and in your way of being, and start creating a life of intention. So who are you truly, and what is it that you actually miss? Yes, we miss connection with people, but you can still have that. And, there's just a need for change. Things were not working for our environment, and we need to find a natural, more positive, loving, intentional way of living, a mindful way of living. So I pray that in this time, there are people that are capable with these great minds to create some new methods for making the world still operate in a great way. Even like some of the school systems, as much as I value and appreciate our teachers so much, there's just been so much conspiracy regarding like everything in schools right now. And although my daughter is still too young to be attending, so I don't have any direct experience or situations, but I went to school up until I received my Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies with a joint in psychology. And honestly, like school was something you felt you had to get. And I've had some incredible teachers that are life changers. But the system of school itself, I wouldn't say it's perfect. And I think even in these parents that get to be home with their children right now, that's really powerful. Like, you are directly involved in shaping your children. So see that as an opportunity. See that as a gift, not a burden. Go online and research. These are the things that the online world is so supportive of. Find printouts and activities and crafts and things like to really engage them for their age. Meet them where they're at and encourage them so that they can be in thriving environments. Like, you get to cater to their specific needs. You are now supporting your children from your home, And that's incredible. So honor yourself for doing that and take responsibility in that. It is a big responsibility and it is not an easy task, but it's an opportunity for them to respect and appreciate you. Not to say that they don't already, but it's an opportunity for that as well. So I just am getting overloaded with so many feelings and ideas and thoughts, but I do see this as a positive time. I am very sad that people are losing their lives in this time, and I'm not discrediting that in any way, but I do believe this is about emergence. So I loved what Jillian phrased in her video. If you haven't watched it, please watch her live, her Instagram TV. I actually have another video I want to share on that. It was just an emotional time, but I do feel I want to respond to her video as well, so I will be doing that separately. But this is about re-emerging, not in the same way, but blossoming into something so much better. And we're going within right now. We're being asked to go within, and it's really an opportunity. Again, I've said this several times, but I really want to emphasize it is not as much a negative thing as we're making it out to be. It is a scary, unpredictable time, but it is what you make of it. So yes, we want to stay safe. We want to stay positive, and we want to be positively impactful, but don't focus and dwell so much on the fear and the panic and the worry. Take a page from the people that are stepping up, no matter who they are, no matter where they are, and they're sharing their gifts. I'm seeing people sewing face masks. I'm seeing people offering services for free in order to create just joy, peace, harmony, support. I'm seeing people talking to each other more than ever before. So even though there was always opportunity in the previous months to get together, we wouldn't necessarily actually see people or talk to them. But right now, there's a larger amount, I feel, of contact and connection between people than ever before, because we're not taking things for granted. We don't feel that attachment. There's this void that we're trying to fill. So just tune in to who you are, what your innate gifts are, and what you could do to help support people and encourage positive change. If we really join our minds together and our resources together, it's pretty incredible what we can do. It's pretty powerful. And we've kind of been living in this world that makes us believe we have to rely on something outside of ourselves to be our best. So it's really uncomfortable to go within and to pull from ourselves and trust in ourselves and offer things just from a place of love and light. And what that means is a place of purity and peace and harmony and connection. So arise right now, rise and tap in and shine it on the world. It's not about what you can gain from it. It's what benefits will come out of it, not for you directly. In doing your purposeful work, you are benefiting. You will feel joy. You'll feel just something that money cannot replace. When somebody acknowledges and tells you how much you've uplifted them, or seeing what you're doing is inspiring them to be their best or to have a better day, that means so much more. Like, everyone who is sharing that, even with me, what's happening if I post a video and I receive positive feedback, or if I share a message and somebody reaches out and tells me that it's made a positive impact on their day, that equates to so much more value for me than any amount of dollars in my bank account could ever live up to. So if somebody's impacting you in a positive way, tell them. If there's something that you feel you can share, don't, like what we've been trained to do, go against that. Don't just think, oh, okay, but how am I going to make money off of that? Because that is going to limit you. Do it. Just share whatever. It doesn't matter what degree you have, what experience you have, how long you've been doing it, if you're qualified in it. There's people sewing masks for either friends in their lives, healthcare workers. Like, people are stepping up to support all others, whether they know them or not, whether they are seamstresses or not. These are just everyday people. And this is just within the circle of people I'm following that I see. And I'm so inspired and blown away. And I just want to feed that support, that community, that collective. This is what makes us strong. Coming together, recognizing what you can do, and putting it out there. Because if you hold something and you don't let it shine, you just let it sit there and then dwindle, it's going to be wasted. So don't let your gifts and your light get wasted. Let it shine brightly. When you look up at a sky full of stars, you don't think, oh my gosh, look at how dull they are in comparison to the moon, or look, that one's trying to shine brighter than that one. Like, it's not like that. It's, wow, look at the sky tonight. It's beautiful. It's so bright. It's full of so much light, and it creates so much joy. And you know how many people can be staring up? It doesn't matter if it's one person, 20 people, 1,000 people looking up at that sky. That sky is not shining to make a reach of the amount of people. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And that quality of your light is so vibrant and vast. But if you don't give it a channel and an opportunity to shine, then it will never do so. You are the only one capable of shining your light. It takes a lot of courage. You can't be scared of how it's going to be received. You just have to trust that inner calling to put it out there. So if you have an ability to sew, if you have material available to you, start making masks. Find a pattern online. Make a mask. Ask people if there's anything that can be done. If you have access to vitamins. Like, I have a dear friend, her company is a wellness company, and it is producing test kits and giving vitamins to healthcare workers. She was directly reaching out to find out who needed and knew people that could benefit from this. That's a gift. That's genuine. That's caring. These are the people that are going to thrive in this new age world that we are moving towards. So don't fight it. Feed it. Feed the positivity. Feed the support. Feed the love. Feed the light. Channel it. Direct it. And let it shine. We need you. This is a direct call. And if this speaks to you in any way, like, reach out. Let me know if you're needing support in finding what that is for you. Sometimes it's just talking or brainstorming. Sometimes we forget how capable we are and how much we have to give. I am just hopping on here and doing like videos, and I'm already receiving so much positive feedback, which is what's feeding me to want to give more. I mean, I honestly suffer from major self-esteem issues. If you've seen my other video about being a perfectionist and how it's held me back, I'm working through that. But it's very selfish to hold yourself back and your gifts back and your inner wisdom back because of fear of acceptance and being liked. If you never give yourself an opportunity to shine, you'll never know what you are capable of achieving. So now is your opportunity to shine. I look forward to seeing you.